3, 2, 1.
All right, y'all.
Wow, that's
Welcome
a lot
to
of
the
delay.
New podcast.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was like 3, 2, 1. That's
Yeah.
how long that took.
Welcome to the
gosh.
podcast, y'all. This is TnT Pod. We're just trying this out. We had the idea to do a podcast a while ago and just never got around to it. So now here we are. I'm Tristan.
Yep.
This is Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
And
By a while ago, he means like 3-4 years at this point. We've been continuously talking about it and never doing it.
yep, which is kind of the story of our projects.
Yeah. No kidding.
But yeah, so here we are. I'm just doing a proof of concept, and if this is good enough and we don't think that it's too terrible, we'll upload this first. But
Yep.
let's see. I lost track of my notes, homie. So, Trevor, just who are you for the audience?
So, obviously, my name's Trevor. That's been kind of clearly defined already. Tech billionaire, tons of money all the time, tons of women, all the fun stuff. No.
Yeah, I used to have long hair. And I weigh
Lonely
a lot,
single
so the
man.
tons of women is me.
Yeah. Lonely single man. That's about it. But no, we've been friends for years at this point. Over a decade now.
Feels like so much longer than that.
Well, it's weird because it feels like so much longer, but it feels like at the same time it hasn't
Yeah.
been that long, because
Yeah.
then you remember back to certain memories and you're like, holy shit, like that was like 8 years ago.
Like
And
the
just
time
like,
that
what?
we were trying to tandem ride a single rider scooter.
Yeah. Or we're messing with the church. Remember that? Yeah, that was a long
Yeah.
time ago. Don't worry, it was nothing illegal. It was just two stupid teenagers
It
doing
was just
not
harassment,
illegal
that's
things.
it. Just
Yeah,
harassment.
just slight assault with a deadly weapon. It's little stuff. But
Yeah, no. What are some of your interests, your hobbies?
interests mainly games, technology, cats, I guess. I don't know if I count that as an interest, but
He's a creepy cat, dude, just so you guys know.
not true. But I don't know. I don't really have like a hobby. Like, I don't have something that I go and do other than kind of play games. It's about all I do at this point.
He's not
Ideally, I'd like to do more things in the future, but
he's not Indian, but he is my tech support.
yeah. Okay, today, Tristan, you're going to download RAM. Yeah.
Download a RAM.
Download RAM. Give me your credit card information and the little code on the back.
Can I download internet so that it go faster?
Yes. Yeah. If anybody ever calls asking for your social security number over the phone and claiming that they're from the IRS, it's definitely true.
Yes,
100% listen to that.
give them all the information. Go get some.
Because you don't want the IRS showing up at your door. So you better make sure you give it to them over the phone.
Yes. By the way, if you want to send us your social security numbers and
Put it in the
mother's
comments.
maiden name, just go ahead and put that down in the comments. I promise it's safe.
Funny enough, I was actually just recently going through. It was on the 4th of July, and I went to the grocery store, and I was in line at the checkout. And the lady in front of me was like starting to talk to the cashier, and she's like, "Hey, by the way, like just last night I was here maybe around 8 or 9 o'clock or whatever." And I don't know where she said the guy was, but she was like, he kept asking me like really specific weird questions. Like, "Oh, what does your husband do for work? Where do you live?" Like these things. And I was like, the first thing, she wouldn't have found it very funny, but I'm like, it sounds like the CAPTCHA like like security questions or whatever that he was asking. Because in my head, I'm like, well, either one, on drugs, cracked out of his mind, which would not be surprising in that area.
No.
Or two, really autistic and doesn't know how to ask a pretty woman questions because she was very good looking. And so he was like, what husband do for work?
Yes, please. What is your marital status and
What-
mother maiden name? What is
Do
your
you file
relationship
singly?
like with Papa?
Do you file single? Yeah.
Well, I'm Tristan. My hobbies include working. I feel like that's all I do at this point, but
Yeah.
yeah, I work for a
Multi-million-dollar corporation.
yes,
Use big words.
and they love us there and show their appreciation all the time. And I get weird comments from older black ladies and gay guys. But
Yeah.
aside from that, I enjoy music and listen to a lot of podcasts and play video games with Trevor here and some of our other friends on the Discord server. But yeah, aside from that, I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a super interesting guy. A jack of all trades, master of none,
Yeah.
jackass of all trades, maybe.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's too accurate
I
for I
suck
think
at
both of us.
I suck at late night math. So if you need basic addition done, don't
Yeah,
ask
yeah, don't-
me past
Not
like
yeah, even
10:30.
like first grade level math. He's like 5
Yeah.
plus 8, 12. Wait,
it hits 10:30 and I'm just nothing.
yeah.
Once I'm done counting down money
gears
at the
start
stores.
locking up,
Yeah, once I'm done counting down the money.
cutting down the store.
Once I'm done counting down the money at the store, that's when the math gears stop turning. But yeah, Trevor and I have a number of similar hobbies and a number of very dissimilar ones, but one of ours is music.
Yeah,
We're
both avid music enjoyers,
Yep. I'm very much a metalhead.
and I'm, I guess, kind of mixed. It really is dependent on the day, the mood. If I want to listen to something heavy,
Yeah.
I listen to something heavy. If I want to listen to Katy Perry, listen to Katy Perry. But two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Well, what would you say that some of your favorite artists would be?
I don't know. I don't listen to music in the same way that you do, where you go through an entire discography of an artist and just shoot through the hundreds of songs or whatever. I pretty much like some country stuff, usually a little bit newer country. I don't care for listening in the car. I don't care as much for older, slower country. It's not really a vibe that I go with. Yeah. So like Chase Matthew is up there. Is just something that I'm like, I don't really have like I don't want to listen to something heavy, but I don't want to listen to pop, and so I'll just put on some of his songs. And so it's like overall they're good sounding.
Yeah.
It depends. And then if I really don't want to listen to if I want to listen to something light, it's usually ends up going to Home Free, which is an a cappella group. And then Mafra as well. Mafra's way up there. She just doesn't have a whole lot of songs right now.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but hopefully that'll
definitely
coming
change.
more and more, because goddamn, are those good. All of them. Like, I have more favorites when it comes to the songs that she has, but I wouldn't say I dislike any of them. They're all good. But
Yeah, for
random
sure.
stuff from just songs that I think sound good, like Whit Lowery, Wage War is also up there. I like them a lot. 3 Days Grace has been on my like
Really?
songs more.
You finally got enough 3 Days Grace.
Yeah, I got more of their like mainstream songs, Riot, Never Too Late. I like Never Too Late a lot. I
Yeah,
like the sound
that's a
of
good
that.
song.
Joyner Lucas, Logic, Fix. I mean, Bring Me to the Horizon here and there. Confessions of a Traitor. I mean, just like I could just keep scrolling and naming different artists. It's just kind of random. Sleep Token as well.
Yeah,
Electric Callboy,
Yeah.
always good.
Oh yeah, they are a mainstay as of late in my list of songs or list of artists. But yeah, like Trevor and I are very different in that aspect where like I'll find an artist and then I will go through and like
Go full autism mode, pretty much.
basically.
Yeah.
I'll go through and listen to like their full discography front to back and then kind of make my decisions as to whether I like them after that, which I shouldn't say it like that. Like there's a lot of artists that I listen to. I listen to a lot of Christian metal. I listen to a very broad variety of music, but Christian metal is very much my go-to, just because like sometimes, and as you'll find out listening to this podcast, like I've struggled with depression and stuff like that. Had my times in the ER for it, and so music, because it is such a big outlet for me, I can't listen to a lot of secular metal music just because a lot of it is very negative, whereas I am a Christian and it's nice having a little glimmer of hope, even if the song does touch on dark topics. It's nice having that little glimmer of hope. And so,
Yeah, well, there's a pretty big difference on touching or talking about dark topics and just being a depressing song.
Yeah,
That's like a very clear divide there.
Yeah, for sure. And so like I like people like Phineas has been one of my go-tos. The Fire Itself is a fantastic album. It's just beautiful composition and the lyrics are great. The production is fantastic. It sounds awesome. But also let's see. I listened to a lot of Project 86, especially their latest two albums. Their first album and their last two albums have been fantastic.
That's
Diamond.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's one of the ones I was trying to remember.
Yeah. Diamonds to Dust. Fantastic. And like the closest thing that you get to Lorna Shore while still being Christian. And like Christian Roach, their vocalist, is insane. Like I love his gutturals. But yeah, I like music that speaks to me, and so like I I don't like a lot of pop music just because I feel like it's for the most part pretty shallow. And always,
basic.
Like seems to be talking about the same things. And I like a little bit more substance, I think, to my music. And some people hate metal music just because it's loud and obnoxious, but a lot of the bands that I listen to, like
or just always sounds angry too. Is another one I hear.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, why are you just always angry all the time? It's like, no,
I'm happy.
It does increase the likelihood of a speeding ticket, but
sometimes. No, if I'm listening to pop music, I'm on my motorcycle, and that increases the likelihood of a speeding ticket. But no, like, yeah, I like a lot of music, but Christian metal is absolutely my go-to. Like Convictions, like one of their latest album, actually. Like they go through and actually write lyrics based off of like their friends' like life experiences with depression, or like one of the songs is about one of their friends who had a miscarriage. Another one is about one of their friends who committed the S word, and like, or a friend of theirs who had a friend who did that. And so like there's a lot to it, but in metal, at least the metal that I listen to, is it's very beautiful lyricism a lot of times, which like even if the music itself isn't beautiful, I find the lyricism to be a huge part. Like, well, for instance, Trevor, I've shown you Sleeping Lotus by Convictions.
Yep.
And one of the lines is like, a tattered lily amongst the dancing waters, iridescent beauty waiting to be found. And it's like that line right there is just absolutely beautiful lyricism. But they're screaming it, so nobody would ever, like, nobody who can understand it or would take time to read the lyrics would like ever know that. But like, it's just stuff like that. I like that it sounds angry and that I can scream along to it going down the road, and then, you know, use it as either a way to, you know, be in touch with my emotions, or be a way to just let out some aggression rather than screaming at a customer or, you know, a family member when I'm, you know, just having a bad day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
definitely. Music is like, I mean, at least, I mean, music's always been kind of a big culture thing in general, but like nowadays, with how easy it is to just listen to whatever you want. I mean, you don't even have to pay anything now. You can just find the artist on YouTube or YouTube Music. Yeah, you got to listen to ads or something once in a while, but like, you can just find whatever.
Yeah.
And it's so much like, it's easier, but also harder to make a name for yourself or get out there as an artist.
Yeah.
Because like you have so many more also pushing for that at the same time. But like there's so many different outlets and things you can quote unquote advertise on, or like even Mafra. Like what, she had 4-5 songs when she blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
And like she had like what, 40
when I found her
subs or something.
Yeah, when I found her,
now it's like over 600,000.
Yeah, she was at like 45,000, I think. And then now she's at crazy numbers. But and that's just within a few months. But like, she does a good job. Whoever her producer is does a good job too.
Oh, sorry. She was at probably like 20,000 subscribers. She's at 74.4 now on YouTube. But oh wait. Never mind. I'm stupid. Right. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 711,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yep.
I know it was above the 700,000 mark.
And a total of 65 million views on the channel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's just within...
what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
like 8 months.
7, 8 videos. That's it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Doomed has the most. But at 10 million... or, sorry, 28 million. And then Circle With Me at 10.
Yeah. Yeah. You and I need to start doing, like, music stuff again. Because...
yeah.
Well... Also, for you, the audience, Trevor is a bassist and can sing. I am a drummer. Oh, well, I used to be a drummer, but I mainly at this point focus on vocals because I wanted to learn how to do different styles of vocals and screams and all that kind of stuff. Because metal is, you know, one of my go-to genres. And so, yeah. which I have a few covers up on my channel, but yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to
Once I get back down over there, it's like ideally once whatever ends up happening with this, or I mean, ideally it's really just about free time, like having free time.
Yep, because
And
life costs money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if what we had talked about ends up working out and having, mostly the same shifts, that would make it a lot easier, because that's what was so difficult about before, was like,
Yeah.
with me, doing delivery driving and stuff,
And me working two jobs all day.
Well, even when you were only working the one, the schedules never line up, because I always made more money in the afternoon, and you would get home at like, what, 5:30 usually.
Yeah, because
somewhere around there.
Well, I think pretty much the whole time that you and I were living, the whole time you and I were living together, I was working two jobs. I was working three when you first got down here, and then it just dropped down to Sarah and Gio's. Oops.
That's all right. Editor.
Dropped down to the restaurant that I was working at. And so I was working there like 4 nights out of the week after working at the shop for, every day full time.
Yeah, but you were only working at the restaurant for a little bit. There was only like a night or two a week.
Yeah, sometimes
it wasn't
when the
often.
restaurant was having a bit of a slow spell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I would love to get back into that and start doing some more stuff, especially now that I, can do harsh vocals. Like, it'd be really cool to be able to kind of tap into that and see what I can do there. And even maybe actually record music as well, not just vocals.
Yeah.
But, yeah, hopefully I can get my fry screen back again for y'all listening or watching. I had pneumonia not too long ago, and I was coughing a lot, and it actually like messed with my throat and my vocal cords a little bit, so I kind of lost my fry scream. I'm starting to get it back a little bit. But because I wasn't able to sing for so long or do any of that, I think it's kind of a mixture of injured vocal cords as well as being out of practice for a few months. Or like a month and a half or so.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I wish I had more recordings of when that was first, or like when it was pretty bad and we were playing some video games in here and there, because
dude,
you sound like you smoked 20 packs of cigarette a day for like 20 years or something. Like, you're just
sounded like I needed to put on my oxygen mask.
Yeah, well, and every time you laughed, it would be a gagging fit, because it was just it'd be like strained laugh. Yeah, and then just you just hear in the background. I'm like, oh my god, whose dog is throwing up?
Just me coughing up a lung back there.
Yeah,
but yeah, it'd be cool to get back into that though. But what other forms of media do you like to partake in?
I mean, kind of like with everybody else, YouTube as well. I don't know. It depends on my mood, like, and also just kind of shift through phases of what I enjoy watching. Like, sometimes it'll be like a lot of car stuff, or like Matt's off-road recovery, or Westland Champlin. I still consistently watch that because I enjoy his content.
Just seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, I would love to do what he does.
Yeah.
And just like get to just like, oh yeah, I just, bought a tank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do a bunch of stuff with my tank or
Every
whatever.
man's
Or
dream is to buy a tank one day.
yeah, or the one of the more recent ones is he went and bought lawnmowers
Yeah.
and pulley swapped them and then
Yep.
put the corrugated tubing on there and
Yep.
was drifting around. I was like like that looks so stupid fun to do. But
Yeah.
the semi, doing the giant wedge on the semi, that was a feat. That was impressive as to how well all that came together.
Yeah.
Because Mythbusters did it and they didn't make it as reinforced, but it still worked. And it literally, they ran through all of that stuff and it just didn't even it didn't even dent it.
Yeah.
Which is insane. And so it just sits on the property, this massive, Peterbilt 379 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And just with this huge, metal wedge attached permanently to the front of it.
Yeah. See, I don't watch a ton of car content just because I'm kind of carred out after working in the shop for so long and just dealing with other people's problems all day. It just kind of becomes something that I'm just not super interested in. Like, I do like Wes and Champlin stuff, but I like Bikes and Beards.
Yeah.
Because they have all
well,
sorts of
you're more
weird...
into the bikes rather than
I like bikes.
The cars.
Yeah.
But,
don't get me wrong, I like old classics and stuff like that, but I have a hard time getting into the this is the motor in this and it does this and it has this thing, and it's like, dude, I don't care. I just want to look at pretty car and call it good.
Did you see any bit of the massive 10.3 liter V8 that Cletus McFarlane put in that it's like a limo or something like that, but a really long car, and it was mid-engine, so it's right in the middle inside the cab.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I don't think I watched the whole video.
And just idling, the whole car going
yeah. Yep.
Every time. I was like, Jesus Christ, that has a crazy amount of torque. And then there's a massive blower sitting on the top of it too.
Yeah.
That has to be not only insanely loud inside the cab, but
yeah,
that would be cool to experience something like that at least one time, to just experience the G-force of just massive, 2 feet wide Mickey Thompsons in the rear, and it's still spinning it at 80 or something.
Yeah.
Is stupid, crazy. It's only good for the drag strip. There's power like that just is not good anywhere else, really.
No. Yeah.
Other than looking cool and sounding cool.
Yeah, aside from stuff like that, I listen to a lot of nerd content. Either I listen to podcasts while I'm at work, or I generally, if I'm not listening to a podcast, I'm generally listening to some sort of lore breakdown for the third time. Whether that's I don't know, the DC universe or Marvel universe, and the different continuities and storylines of different characters and that kind of stuff. Or I haven't listened to it much for a while, but I used to listen to a lot of theological videos and
Theo Von. Very theological.
No, very much not. Although I do like Theo Von. But yeah, that kind of stuff. Or history, military history content from the Fat Electrician especially. But also there's a number of other ones. But either that or I'm listening to vocal reactions or whatever from bands that I like. Just it's interesting to me to understand how the different parts of your voice and vocal cords work.
Yeah.
Kind of like that one video that I was showing you with Will Ramos and Emily.
Yep.
I can't remember her name from the Charismatic Voice, but yeah, stuff like that. I listen to a lot of just kind of nerd niche stuff that a lot of people don't give two craps about. It's just kind of funny though, like talking to random people, like some of my coworkers or whatever, they'll say something and I'll be like, well, this is, how this works. And they're like, how do you, like, why do you know this? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I was curious one day and fell into a rabbit hole for like 4 months listening to like everything that I could find about it.
Yeah. Like I don't really get that way too much with specific topics other than like
Tech.
certain tech, like
Yeah.
tech that's more promising or just looks really cool. Like as much as Nvidia as a company right now kind of sucks to say the least. Like they do know their stuff
Yeah.
and they make some pretty cool shit.
Yeah.
They just like a lot of the like stuff with frame generation, DLSS I've always thought is just like not DLSS 1.0 but 2.0 and after has always been just like so amazing that that's even something that's possible, because it's literally coming up with pixels. It's creating pixels out of practically just nothing. It's just taking like motion vectors and surrounding pixels and also like learning samples and stuff of what things are supposed to be. But that's cool. Frame generation is like, I don't know. I personally am on the fence about it because I don't think that it's necessarily bad by itself,
Yeah.
but I think the outcome of it is bad because now it gives people like, oh, well, I don't have to optimize my game because you can just crank the frame generation up to 4x and now you have 200 frames, even though less than a quarter of those are even real.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, it may look smooth to somebody that has no idea what they're looking for, but it creates a lot of artifacts and stuff. And I think, honestly, I think that like 2x, so like it creates an extra frame in between each real frame, is a really good sweet spot because especially in some better looking story games, and if you've only got like, a 4060 or something like that, like it's not that powerful, or you have a laptop, like it does give you a better experience if you're okay with the input latency, because it does add, like it is noticeable for sure, because it does take a little bit of performance off of what you would have with regular frames, but it also just looks so much smoother. And like, and with only 2x, like there's really not, depending on the game, but there's really not like noticeable, very noticeable artifacting. And like, unless you bring up to 3 or 4 is when you really start to see it, because there's just not that many real frames. And then DLSS helps, but like even Subnautica 2, obviously it's an early access. They're probably going to make some better optimizations with a 5090 at ultra settings at 4K, getting like 27 FPS or something with no DLSS, no FSG, or frame gen, not FSG. Like, that's just sad that's the reality that we're in. Like, the game looks great. It really does. But like, there's other games that I've played that still look really good to this day that can run pretty well. Like even like some of the older Far Cry games. Yeah, there's a definite like when it comes to the anti-aliasing and texture quality specifically are the two that have kind of the biggest jump. And like ambient occlusion as well. But those two are the ones that make the biggest difference, because especially like Far Cry 4.
Wildlands.
Yeah, I mean, Wildlands still looks good. Breakpoint looks pretty darn good as well. Especially when you're playing at high or ultra settings. It looks really good. And Breakpoint's now
10 years old?
No, Breakpoint came out in 21, I think.
Oh, sorry, I was meaning
Ghost
Wildlands.
Recon Breakpoint.
Sorry, yeah. I was thinking Wildlands. I think it came out in like 2016.
2019 is when Breakpoint happened. And I think Wildlands is 2016 or 2017. 2017. February 2017.
Okay, so we're coming up on 10 years.
Yeah, for Wildlands, another 10 months or whatever from now.
And like, it's not a terrible looking game.
No, like it shows its age.
Oh yeah,
for sure. But like when you think that it's almost 10 years ago, it's not like that bad looking.
No.
My biggest grief with it's always been the controls are really something on mouse and keyboard you have to get used to.
Yeah.
Because loading into it
instant.
it just doesn't have like, it doesn't have the same more like industry standard controls for things. Like Far Cry is what I would consider to be pretty mostly standard. There's a few things that aren't, but wow, you can get Wildlands right now for $10 on Steam.
Yeah, it was like $3 not too long ago.
Yeah,
or like $4, I think.
Oh, you can get an entire Ghost Recon bundle for $35.94.
Yeah,
which comes with a bunch of different games. That's pretty cool.
I loved some of the old Ghost Recons. I enjoy Wildlands sometimes, but
yeah, the original Recon, Island Thunder, Desert Siege, Future Soldier, Wildlands, and Breakpoint, all for $36.
Yeah, like I loved Ghost Recon, Future Soldier. That was just a fun campaign to play, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's $5 right now too.
As well as like Advanced Warfighter. Let's see, I think it's 1 and 2. I think there were 2 Advanced Warfighters. But like, even when I was little though, like I grew up, my dad and I would play like PlayStation 2 games together, and so we'd play like Ghost Recon, Island Storm and Jungle Storm, as well as what was it, Squad Based Combat or something like that. It's just always a good time. So like there's a little spot in my heart for Ghost Recon just as a whole, just because that was like a huge game for me, coming up.
No, you can't lay here. You get hair everywhere. You shed like crazy. On a black mouse pad, white hair, not good.
Yeah, like even old COD games and stuff like that. Like World at War.
Original Black Ops.
Yeah. Original Black Ops, yeah. Like they were just good games. They weren't trying to be this or that. They were just trying to be Call of Duty, and they did a good job at it.
Yep, it was.
You didn't see Katy Perry running across the World War I or World War II.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Which is her actual skin, but
yeah,
it's that one video I sent you about Call of Duty Mobile. It's like that's not even Call of Duty Mobile anymore. That's all the new ones now.
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately, Call of Duty Mobile is probably the worst when it comes to it because of Tencent and all of that. But
yeah,
which sucks so much. And like PUBG did the same thing with PUBG Mobile.
I mean,
because
same with
I
like
remember,
something like Dead by Daylight Mobile too, where it just
yeah,
becomes a game full of microtransactions, and that's pretty much the game.
yeah, I
Yeah,
I still hate, like, I would have liked them to at least keep it, like,
yeah,
maybe turn
for
it into
sure.
its own separate version of DVD, which it kind of already was.
I
But
mean,
like,
it wasn't a port or anything. It was made specifically for mobile. It was its own game, its own app with its own mechanics.
yeah, but like, even
But
if they gave whoever like more creative freedom and still took, a chunk of it because
yeah,
they're the ones that own it, or a behavior, then I think that would have been cool because, like, as long as they never brought in ads, that
yeah,
was the thing that, like, I could deal with all the other stuff, all of the like crazy flashy cosmetics, which I don't really care about
yeah,
cosmetics that much. That's just not for me. But
yeah,
I could deal with all of that as long as you don't have to watch freaking ads, and the gameplay itself was good.
yeah.
It was pretty darn well optimized for mobile, about as best as you can do.
And
Like, it
it
ran well.
looked decent too for
Yeah,
being a mobile game.
it looked pretty good. It played pretty well. And like, especially if you have like a um 'cause didn't it have controller support?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it had controller support, which was also huge because you just get a Xbox or PlayStation controller and Bluetooth right to your phone.
The thing with that though is if you were playing on controller, just like say something like Call of Duty Mobile, it
Yeah,
would
you'd get put with
put
other
you,
controller
yeah,
players,
and so like
which is fine.
which yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I think that that's fair.
Yep.
But like, that was also cool because if you had a game that you enjoyed, the only downside is if you played it on PC and then played on mobile, it would not sync.
Yep.
But if you wanted to play something out somewhere, you could just bring your controller or use the touch controls
Yep.
if you don't have big hands, I guess.
Or say you're traveling or doing whatever.
Yeah. You can just bring it with you and
Just have
play a
something
game
to
or
do.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually
Because it's
fun.
one of the few good mobile games.
Yeah.
And, like, COD Mobile and PUBG are not completely terrible when it comes to mobile game market, but
Yeah.
there's so much stuff. Like, you load in for the first time in months and you have 25 pop-ups. Hey, there's this sale that you need to buy this. There's these booster packs.
Yeah. Takes you
can
5 minutes just to get out of the microtransaction pages.
Yeah, you have a chance at a free t-shirt. You could get a new weapon. You can get this. You can get that. Or, hey, did you check out where up? Oh, now there's an app update. Now you need to update it and then go through all the same thing again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for that in the gameplay, it's still, the main gameplay aspect is pretty good on
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
It's just
Dude,
all the other things.
So, side tangent. I tried filleting my finger earlier on a cat food, on a wet cat food can lid.
Yeah, those are sharp.
I walked out the door this morning to go to work and realized when I got out the door that I didn't have my keys on me, which like I never do that. Like I pretty much always have my like everything that I need on me. And so I walked out and then I realized that, the spare key isn't out there where it normally is because we brought it inside because of somebody who didn't need to know where the key
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
knew where
Yeah.
the key was potentially, and so we had to bring that in for certain other people's safety in the house, and
Yeah,
for other
that's
people's safety
pretty
who
fair.
might try to get in the middle of the night and get shot.
Yep.
Because my dad and I, we both like our guns, and
Yeah.
so
Bust in, and Maggie and the other dog would shit in the corner, and do nothing.
I don't know. Like with all of her flaws, Becky might actually do something. If nothing else, she'd be scarier. Although Maggie's bark is a little intimidating. It's a bit deeper than you would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun. So anyway, so I lock myself out, and so I look over. I'm like calling. I'm like, hey, I need in. Nobody's picking up, and so I'm like, okay, I need to leave now. So I look over and there's a cat food can lid. And so I just grabbed that, like bent it a little bit so it'd slide up around the corner. Just busted in that way. But yeah, in doing so though, the way that I was gripping it, I pushed on it and it didn't go in. Instead, my finger went forward. And so I just like chopped inward. And so now there's a bit of skin there that is just kind of hanging out. But another side tangent. Something funny and obnoxious happened earlier today at work.
Oh no.
So we had these three middle-aged black women come in, and I am almost positive that two of them were drunk, like quite drunk. I know for sure one of them was
like regular drunk or like wine drunk.
Yes. And
all of it, everything drunk.
And so she's sitting there. On my on my list of things that I didn't want to see today, I didn't know that I should have put 50 some odd year old woman twerking.
What?
Yeah, bro, it was like they came up to the counter and they're like singing a song and thinking that they're the main characters. And so one of them started singing something, then the other one joined in, and then the third one joined in. It's like, bruh, like, and
this isn't the intro to a musical. Leave.
They were all in different keys.
Oh no!
But
so none of them had like any music talent at all. They were just
no. So then they started getting into it, and one of the older black ladies starts twerking, and so the other one's like, we need to. She's like, I'm not gonna do the voice. she's like, we need to get you out of the store. And so,
come on, we need to get you out
somebody said something, and she's like, oh no, that's. She was trying to say ignorant, but she said it in like a weird way. She's like, that's no. Ergonant, I think is how she said it. She's like, that's just ergonant. And
it's like one of those like pronunciation videos where it's like pergananant. Someone's misspelling.
Yeah, and it's like,
I hate these ergonant liberals.
It's like I understand what she's trying to say, but I also understand the irony of the fact that she's calling someone else ignorant, but not saying the word properly. Dude, I had to keep myself from laughing.
Oh God.
And then,
I don't know.
And then the last lady standing.
See, I don't know what the inside necessarily looks like, but I can just imagine like
it's nice compared to most.
Like I can just imagine, the checkout line and stuff, and then you're just standing there just like
that's pretty much
watching everything transpire right there. It's like, and ma'am, your total is $26.50.
And like I'm a manager, I can't say anything super crazy. So I'm sitting there just like, bruh, I don't want to be here. I did not want to see old saggy woman twerk.
Can you please pay for your things and leave? That would be great right now.
Like, lady, I'm not skinny, but I'm also not out here trying to cause an earthquake.
Knocks over 20 items through the aisles.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. You know what?
Well,
Screw it.
people like that.
Just so you guys know where I work. I work for Dollar General.
Yeah.
So none of this should be a shock to you.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Waffle House of.
I would say the Walmart,
stores.
but Walmart's in its own league.
Yeah, Walmart's
It's like the
got
Walmart
go-karts.
of convenience stores.
Well, and until your Dollar General gets Mario Karts, then it'll just become another Walmart.
Bruh, it's the stuff that I hear people say on a day-to-day basis is just like,
I understand maybe going in with your friends, like we've done that, and kind of joking around in the store, but like,
you know,
trying to be somewhat subtle about it and
Yep.
not saying the most like stupid shit possible or just causing mayhem. And the people that go into stores that just have zero like self-respect or like
or
just
not even
care about
self-respect, but
anyone
courtesy
else.
for other people.
Yeah. Courtesy for other people existing, courtesy for
Yeah.
other people's eyes for what they have to witness.
Yeah.
Because oh my God, like some of the store, like
Yeah.
there's been a few times that actually just this last time that I went into the grocery store near me. Mm-hmm. Oh God. And I walked by this couple, I think was a couple,
Yeah.
down the aisle and about gagged because it smelled so bad. And I'm
Yeah.
like, there's no way that you can't notice that. Like you are bullshitting everyone if you're telling me that you can't tell that you smell horrible. And see, they weren't even like, they didn't even look dirty. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, what you can see someone like it looks like they haven't had a shower in a week or two.
Yeah.
Or that, maybe they're poor, they're not as fortunate, they, whatever. They didn't look the part at that at all. They were wearing, regular, nicer or whatever, just regular clothes, nothing crazy. Mm-hmm. But like, it's like they had just gone, like they took a shower with water
Yeah.
and used no deodorant
I didn't even scrub.
and wore the same underwear for 3 months.
I had one of those earlier today, actually.
Because it was a combination of BO, woman smell, that
Yep.
smell,
Yep.
and like because that BO smell, that like
Very
hits your
distinct.
nose like like Chinese hot mustard almost, just like
Wasabi.
right up, yeah, like right up into your entire nasal cavity. That and then canned tuna, just
Yeah.
it's so gross. And it's not the first time that I've walked by someone in that store and about gagged. Actually, it was a few years ago. Me and my mom went in there and we walked by this woman and it smelled like that. And my mom walked by and I walked by first and she walked by and I turned around. My mom's like, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Like I get not everyone is as fortunate and stuff, but like you
Like, unless
can't
you-
tell me that you don't have access to like at least baby wipes. But what gets me though isn't even necessarily the people who smell like BO or whatever, because like I don't know, for all I know they could have been out working in a field or doing whatever all day and just wanted to come in and grab a drink. But then there's a certain
Or
level of
possibly
like,
don't have a sense of smell.
yeah,
Like the
there's-
person
there's-
that I live with has basically no
Yeah.
sense of smell. She can't even tell, but she doesn't smell bad.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't take a genius to know that, hey, this regular thing that everybody else does,
Yeah.
like put on deodorant, take a shower,
Yep.
It's probably for a reason. It's because you smell. Especially if you do anything physically demanding
Yeah.
or you sweat a lot. If you're just a sweaty person, you have to take a shower more. Like, I wish I wasn't a sweaty person.
Yeah.
But, like, my dad is the complete opposite of me when it comes to that. And,
You're a big old sweaty man.
like, I sweat, like, for anything. I don't even have to be doing anything. I just sweat.
No, I get it.
It's so annoying.
Like, what gets me, though, isn't the people who smell like just regular BO, like they've been, hard at work all day or whatever. Like, what gets me is the people who, because, like, we have a few customers who come in, and it's literally like, okay, like, it smells like your cat peed on your clothes, like, 15 times over the course of the last week, and you haven't done anything about it.
Yeah.
And it smells like straight up ammonia. Like it's literally making me nauseous smelling you.
Yep.
Or like the people who come in after like smoking pot out in the parking lot or something like that. And it's like,
Yeah.
bro, the whole store smells like,
Like, those, like, certain people's cars that have, like, that sweet smell to it.
like a sweet, garbage
but
smell.
gross.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it smells like sweet garbage. Like, you just threw out a bunch of sweets, they sat out in the sun, and, like,
I don't know
whatever
if
dairy products in them were
I know that
curdled.
I know that those same people also smoke cigarettes in there.
Yeah.
And I think it's literally just, like, the tar and whatever other shit that's in the car. And, like,
trust
when
me, I've been in a lot of cars at the shop.
when I can smell the car that I'm not even parked next to and the windows are up, you have a problem. Like, I just did when I went and picked up Roy. Like,
Yeah.
the car 2 spaces away from me had the windows up, and I got out immediately. I recognized that smell.
Yeah.
Because people will also come in and smell like that. And I'm just like, do you own a washing machine? Like, there's no way that...
Even if you don't, literally, if you walk down the sidewalk a couple times a week, I'm sure you can find a couple of quarters, maybe.
Huh, good. That's a weird sound. Yeah, no, I thought I was being raptured by God. It was a weird...
Yeah, it turns out it was an electric car.
Yeah, no, it literally sounded like that. A hybrid car backing up. And I was like, I started hearing that, and I was like, is it through my headphones? Like,
God? Is that you?
Oh no, it's my time. Drink one twisted tea, I'm a goner.
Yeah. Maggie has shifted her bed like halfway under my desk, and it's just under the wheels of my seat enough to where I can't move very easily.
Yeah. I always have to rearrange Zelda and Elodie's bed. Just Elodie keeps knocking hers down. I'm off of the thing in the closet, and I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just leave it on the floor since you don't want to seem to have it up there. And then I don't know how Zelda manages to move hers, since she is about as mobile as an 80-year-old woman. But
you would know about that.
Well, not the person I live with. My grandma, yeah. But yeah, we had Chinese food yesterday from the place near us that I've told you about before. Really, oh God, they just have such good food.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, everything about their food is just exactly what I want it to be. Like, it's fresh. The hot mustard, like wasabi stuff that they have, is actually hot.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have very much of it, otherwise you start crying.
Can we just talk
which
about
is what I want.
Can we just talk about the fact that, like, all of the best Chinese food comes from, like, the crappiest, most rundown looking places usually? Like,
yeah,
like
this one doesn't
Chinese
look
buffets,
too run down, but
if
it
the
definitely
bathroom-
looks old.
If the bathroom stalls don't have, like, rust holes from pee through them, where you can see through them like a freaking kid's cutout snowflake. Their Chinese food isn't good. And it's like, I know it's probably not great to eat here. And I would hate to see what the kitchen looks like. But, sometimes ignorance is bliss, and I like this Chinese food.
Yeah, I don't want to go back there and see Ratatouille making the stuff. They just have the Irish wolfhound back there stirring the pot with a cat in the pot. Yeah,
but
it's like the have you seen the videos of the guy? It's like, or the two guys are like, welcome to taking my white friend to do black people shit, or welcome to taking my black friend to do white people shit. And the black guy, he takes his white friend to the most like hole in the wall, like rundown ghetto restaurant to get fried chicken.
Yeah.
And
I've been to one of those, and it was some good fried chicken.
Yeah, and then he brings it back to the white guy brings it back to his mom, and she's like, God damn, they really do it just right. Because it looks really good.
Yeah.
But it was like, that seems like such a wholesome like group of people, because they'll go do all kinds of stuff and just have a good time.
Yeah.
And like, God, the white guy, he gets away with so much stuff in like ghetto areas where it is just all black people that he's talking to, and I'm like,
kind of like where you and I used to live.
Pretty much, yeah. And he'll like they were sitting outside doing like something, and a group of black women came out, and he was like, hey, I need a big beautiful black queen in my life. And they're like, shit, I got you. Just come over. I'm like, it's great. Like, no one's taking offense to anything. Everyone's having a good time, as it should be. But it's like, some of the things I'm like, I don't know if it's just because you're out there, or hello, dog.
Hi, Mags.
Or if you're just saying it with confidence or not. But
yeah,
props to you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are over an hour now.
I think we've crested the hour mark. Yeah.
We can go ahead and call it. Thank you guys for joining us on our first episode of TnT. And if you like it, please leave a comment down in the comment section. Leave a like and let us know, topics that you'd like us to touch on, or
you can just ask questions, whatever
episodes. Ask questions.
I think ideally we're maybe gonna try and shoot for maybe an episode a week or every other week, something like that. Both of us have kind of varying schedules, so I have more free time right now, so at least on the editing part, that should not be too big of a deal. But just kind of let us know. Would like to make it a bit more of a thing, and honestly, we're not kind of like going for specific topics. It's just, we're just here to talk.
Just a reason to hang out, and
just a reason to
bounce
talk
ideas off of people.
Whatever it could be, like ideally not anything too overly political or controversial necessarily. But
I'm okay with controversy. I'm not a huge fan of politics. I'd rather stay away from that,
because it doesn't matter. Like, we're gonna have our opinion, you're gonna have your opinion, and neither side's really gonna convince the other one anyways. Really,
well, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not red versus blue, it's us against them. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Peace.